Hello, and welcome to Searching the Scriptures, a daily podcast where Bible questions will be given Bible answers. No opinion, just Bible. For today's episode, we will be looking at the question, should we call psychics? Psychic hotlines are very popular today. They are all advertised on television, in newspapers, magazines, and all over the internet. They offer advice in dealing with normal day-to-day activities, deciding on romantic matters, business and work decisions, and just about anything. The television ads and those found on the net always show happy, enthusiastic people who say they have called psychics and others should too. But what does the Bible say about this? Well, in truth, the Bible always teaches against such and warns men and women not to get involved. In Isaiah 47, God chides the city-state of Babylon and tells it he will destroy it. Babylon was a rich and powerful nation at the time and was very much given to astrology, stargazing, and the psychic phenomenon. We read about it in the book of Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar had dreams. Who did he call? His astrologers. Belshazzar couldn't read the writing on the wall. Who did he call? His astrologers. Babylon was this great nation. It had conquered most of the known world in the Middle East at that time. It was a great kingdom. But it too was going to fall. In Isaiah chapter 47, we're going to read verses 11 to 15. Therefore shall evil come upon you. You shall not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon you. You shall not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon you suddenly, which you shall not know. Stand now with your enchantments, and with the multitude of your sorceries, wherein you have labored from your youth. If so be you shall be able to profit, if so be you might prevail. You are wearied in the multitude of your counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save you from these things that shall come upon you. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall be no coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom you have labored. Even thy merchants from your youth, they shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save them. God told Babylon not only was he going to destroy her, but that the astrologers, the stargazers, wouldn't be able to prevent it and would perish with Babylon. In other words, these psychics that had been advising Babylon didn't have the knowledge or advance warning and would die themselves. These psychics had been paid for years to provide advice about the future, but they couldn't foresee their own destruction. If you're a student of history, you will know that the Medes and the Persians came and destroyed Babylon in a night. Belshazzar saw the writing on the wall, Mene, mene, tekel upharsin. That was going to be translated that the kingdom was going to fall. In the end, the kingdom was going to fall in the book of Daniel. And it did overnight. Today's psychics are no better. They will take your money, but they do not know the future. They can speak in generalities and tell you of things likely or possibly or that perhaps will come to pass. The point is, they cannot tell your future. If anybody could, it would take only a short while to become rich on the stock market, or to win the lottery, or to avoid or minimize all the difficulties in your life. Psychics cannot discern the future and have the same type of life as the rest of us. For physical problems, seek out wise, experienced people who will help you face and resolve your difficulties. If you need spiritual advice and knowledge, turn to Jesus and his word. John 14, verse 6, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes to the Father but by me. We have recently talked about the purpose of life. It is to fear God and keep his commandments. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode. Searching the Scriptures has been brought to you by the East End Church of Christ, which meets every Sunday at 10 a.m. at 3601 Victoria Park Avenue, Suite 200, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. If you have any Bible questions that you would like to have answered during this podcast, or if you have any general comments about what you have heard today, you may email them to Toronto East End Church of Christ torontoeastendchurch@gmail.com. That's Toronto East End Church of Christ at gmail.com. Finally, if you'd like to catch up on any episode that you missed, you will find them at www.eastendchurch.org under the Daily Podcast tab found on the main page. I hope you found the few minutes that we spent together today useful in expanding your knowledge of what the Bible teaches. Please join me tomorrow when we will be discussing the topic of, can we cope with all of the evil that we see today? Until you listen again, keep searching the Scriptures to learn what God wants you to do. Goodbye, and have a great day.